Well, it's time for a little spring cleaning. But if you're having someone clean your pool deck, screened-in porch, even your driveway, you may want to find out what type of chemicals they're using because they actually could be harmful to you and your family. Joining me today is Larry Peterson from a cleaning company. Now, I want to start and get right into that because I think that's a key issue. A lot of times when you have people do the hardcore cleaning, they use chemicals, but you guys don't do that. That's what makes you different.
Yeah, that's true. I use a hot pressurized system that's actually heated, and it gets a lot of things clean without having to use harsh chemicals.
Now, these harsh chemicals, because like I said, as a parent, I have 2-year-old twins that run around in the driveway. We've tried to do this stuff ourselves, and we've poured the bleach, we've asphyxiated ourselves, and I can assure you guys, not a good idea. So your system, I don't have to worry about that. You can come to my home and there's no issue, like my kids can come play immediately after? Immediately
afterwards, yeah, it's perfectly safe. I don't use chlorine or acid, a lot of people do. The hot pressurized system that I use, along with a floor machine if you're doing a driveway or a sidewalk, it gets it clean immediately and you rinse it and it's done. And you don't have to worry about any harsh chemicals at all. See, and that's key, because I know some of the photos I've seen, because again, your website has a lot of before and afters, are really drastically different. Something that I wouldn't think, you know, like when I grab my pressure cleaner, because of course, like a lot of people, I've bought them and don't use them, they sit in the garage. But like I said, you're able to use steam and heat, which is the reason that this is really getting clean, right? Yeah, and pressure. It's under a good amount of pressure when you're doing driveways, but in the same token, I could turn the pressure down and increase the heat, get more steam, and do a gentle cleaning. So on that token, I don't have to use chemicals on it. Oh, so some surfaces, obviously, you would clean differently than others. Yeah, if you're doing awnings or something like that, you know. Then you need to be gentle. Yeah. Screens around a pool closure. You know, there's areas where you don't want a lot of pressure. Like screened-in porches. And that's where the steam and the heated system, you know, has its advantage. So. And it's green, and that's like really important to a lot of people these days. Tell me about that. Yeah. Well, I think it's green because there's, like I say, no chemicals. It's rare that I use chemicals. Probably 99% of the time, I don't ever have to use them. And if I do, I'll let you know ahead of time. But generally, everything comes clean without that. So chemicals can damage your landscaping. It can cause problems with pets and children. And cost you more in the long run. By not using that, it's just a lot safer and it's greener. Now, so what are some of the areas that you clean? Like, say, I know you do commercial and you do residential, which is important to mention. What are some of the things that I might not think, you know, that you can clean? Like, what are some areas that are kind of surprising to people? Well, of course, I do houses and storefronts, shopping centers, but I also do pool enclosures. Those are hard for people to do themselves if they have their own pressure washer because they're so high, you know, and I've got all the extensions, everything I need to get up there and do a real good job cleaning those. I didn't even think about that, the danger of it too, when people try to get up there. Reaching over the pool and all that. It really is. Tricky. Yeah, like I said, you can sometimes do more damage. Oh, you have fallen in the pool? No, not yet. Not yet, not yet. No, but you know, people don't realize that sometimes, like you said, you can damage your landscape, you can hurt yourself, you can, you know, hurt your kids and your family as well. So, like I said, coming and having a professional come into your home or your business is really kind of a more effective way to do this because, I mean, you really target, what's your motto? Like, that's where I want to go to because your motto is about doing things reasonably. It is. I'd rather do it for less and stay busy than charge a lot and stay home. So, I love that. Yeah, and it's, you know, any job is a welcome opportunity for me. So no job's too small, because you were saying you do commercial, or too big, it sounds like, because you do, I know on your website I saw do industrial sites too, and big shopping centers, so there's, you know, I do the whole gamut. Okay, we're going to show some equipment, so I just want to find out what the equipment is that we're looking at. That's obviously a power sprayer. That's just pressure wand, but it looks like some rinsing going on right there. Now this is the one I was talking about. That's the big floor machine. It's like 36 inches wide. It has a wand inside. It travels at 2,600 RPM, and the pressure is turned up high on that because we're doing concrete or tiles. And It does an excellent job, you know, just like 1 or 2 passes with that and it's clean.
So the before and after are probably pretty drastic with something like that.
Oh yeah, that sidewalk was totally black, and it came
Really?
out like new, yeah.
See, and that's great.
Yeah.
And there you were talking about the extensions that people don't
right.
have.
Exactly.
To be able to get and reach areas. Like I know, like on my home, there's soffits up there that they're starting to look kind of brown, like they were white, you know, and it's getting that greenish brown look.
Yeah.
But again, you know, you hit a power washer, it doesn't really, it's not that effective. But you come out and you guarantee you're going to clean it till it's clean, right? I mean,
That's right.
That's the key.
Yeah, basically whatever it takes. You know, on something like that, if you wait too long, you're going to end up having to have it repainted. So I like to encourage people not to put it off too long, because once that mold eats into the paint, when you take the mold out, the paint's going to come off with it. You want to avoid that.
That's a good point.
So don't put it off too long. You know, get it done.
Now, the other thing that's great about you is you do free estimates, and I think that's important. So people would know what they're looking at, right?
Yeah, I'll be happy to come to your location, give you a free written estimate.
Okay.
And it's guaranteed to be that price when the job's done. If I discover something else needs to be done to make it right, I don't charge any extra for that.
Oh, I love you. Yeah. That's great, though, because, I mean, sometimes you come out and it's like a bait and switch. They come out, they say, okay, it's going to be this price. But you're saying, I give you that price, and if this job is harder than I thought it was, guess what? That's my fault. It's not your fault.
Exactly.
You know, that's great. That's like, you don't see that these days.
And then go to my website, too, at www.acleaningcompanyflorida.com.
Okay.
And fill out a form. And if they fill out that form, then I can email them an approximate estimate. It won't be a detailed estimate, but it'll be an approximate estimate. If they just want to get an idea, if they've never had it done before and want a general price range.
Yeah, because sometimes it can be intimidating. Like I said, if you haven't had it done, you go, oh, you know, I don't want to be taken to the cleaners. So this way, well, the cleaners, no pun intended, but you know,
exactly.
you know, but to have that concept, at least that comfort of, I know I can afford to do this. I know I should do this. Or, you know, maybe their homeowners association is making them do this. I've been there before, too. No, a lot of great information. I love the product. I love the fact that, you know, you don't use chemicals. I think that's really important these days. So thank you again for coming, and thanks for sharing that. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, foreclosures have never been more prevalent, especially in the Bay Area. But is there a way to save your home? Our next guest may have the answers.